So welcome guys to my channel, and today I want to show you how to do a quick structural analysis in using prota structure. So this is my prota structure. Let me open it. So I want to show you a quick way of doing an analysis. So this is my structure that I have already designed in my prota structure. As you can see, I'm using prota structure 2021. So this is the building that we are going to do analysis on it. Now, if you want to do a quick analysis on this building, now let us come and go to the tab. Remember, you have already modeled your structure, and doing this. So after doing this, you go just here to analysis tab. So this is the analysis tab. This is where we are going to do our structural analysis. Now we are going to do it for the whole building. So now we are going to the tab of building analysis. So now under building analysis here, we have the pre-analysis, we have the model option, we have the analysis, we have the post-analysis. This post-analysis is where we will find the result that you will have your result after doing a structural analysis. So let us look at, let us go to analysis tab here. As you can see, the analysis tab has been checked. This means that I have previously run an analysis. So now, before you do anything to do with analysis, you have to check your model for errors. Now, we have to check if there are overlapping slab, overlapping beams, if there are overlapping footings, or so and so on. So let us do a quick model check and see. So we have to see if we have overlapping slab, overlapping columns, or everything. So let us do a quick check. Click on start. So our check is still running. So number of errors is 0. This means that our project is perfect. It does not contain any overlapping columns or beams. So let us close this tab. After realizing that you have done your model analysis check and it is complete, now the first thing that you are not supposed to forget is to do what? Is to define your materials. So let us come back to pre-analysis stage. This is this is the point that we are going to define our materials. Click here the edit materials. Now you have to select your materials, the rebar diameters. Now looking at the concrete columns, if you look at the rebar diameter, as for me, as you can see, everything is checked. This is to mean that the software will run analysis, and to mean that the software will run analysis and select the most suitable rebar diameter for itself. But you can also unselect. You can also unselect and select the type of rebar that you want, either D10 or D12 for the column, concrete column. So for me, I'll go and select everything. So, and then I'll hit OK. Now this is, if you do that, the software will select the most appropriate rebar, and now it will do its own analysis. Chances of failure will be 0, will be small. So the chances of failure will be small. So for concrete walls, I also did the same. For everything I did just the same. So I let the software decide for me which type of rebar and which type of the links that I'm going to use. Looking at the foundation, the rebar diameters of the foundation also the same. I didn't change anything. Then I click OK. Now let us go back to the analysis tab and run our analysis. Now click at the building analysis check. Now here you have two options. You can run your analysis and let the software design for you the most appropriate. You may want the software to redesign it for you. Now, if you select this, if you check these boxes, this means that the software will run the analysis, and adjust the insufficient rebars. If there are insufficient rebars, the software will automatically adjust the rebars. Now, let us just run our analysis and see what the results are. The analysis is is complete, and the time estimated, the time that has elapsed is only 1 minute. So 1 minute and 37 seconds. So let us close that tab and let us see what that we have, everything that we have. So the software is done. Now we can close this tab, and here we have our analytic model. This is the model, this is the analytic model that we have. Now on this analytic model you can check several things as well. Now we can look at the deflections, the displacements at each node. Now let us look at the displacements. Now looking at this node keenly, these things will be, the structure might be displaced. So let us check the displacement. Let me animate the building. You can see how the displacements will occur on this structure. Look at the displacement. This is how the displacement will occur. This is how the displacement will occur. Looking at this one, there will be smaller deflection, since these ones are there will be smaller deflections compared to this part. Now we can also look at particular deflection. Let's say the x, on the x you can see the deflection at this at this node on the x axis is 0.000000399. That is the deflection on the x-axis. You can also look at the deflection on the x-axis of this particular point. This particular point will be displaced towards the y-axis in the negative direction, meaning that this part will be displaced on going downwards. Remember, negative, this negative is a sign convention that shows you that this building will be displaced, this part will be displaced going to the downward direction. Let us see another point. Looking at this one, looking at this particular point, it will be displaced. The displacement will be very small, very small. And these particular points at the foundations, there will be no displacement on the x-axis. On the y-axis, sorry. At this place are fixed. So I'm done with that. So let us go back to our plan and see whatever that we have. Now that we have done our analysis, we might have to design, or let us check for the design of the building. Now we can go to design tab here, and we can also, let me go switch to the 3D model and let us see our design status of this building. Now if you want to see the general design status of this building, let us go to display, the display. Now under display, we will go to a place to here visual interrogation, and let us see the design status of this building. Now we scroll a little bit down, the design status. As you can see, our building is fully designed. This means that this building has been fully designed. Looking at the table here, if it shows red, this it means that the particular beam or the particular member has failed. Now that we have all our members designed properly, then we can proceed to the next step. We can proceed to the next step. So let us go to the member tables and see how our beams are designed. So, and let me start with the story 1, and let me see at the let me look at the beams first of all. As you can see, all the beams are showing green ticks, meaning that the beams are fully designed. So let me right click and go to beam table, and let me see. This is how our beam is. So those are our beams. Now we can also do something here. RCC beam design. Let us click at beam design. You can see all the beams are perfectly designed. All the beams are perfectly designed without any failure. You can also see that the utilization ratio is less than 1. Most of the utilization ratio is less than 1, which is generally accepted. So I think that is done. Let us look for our columns. Let us look for our columns and walls. So for our columns and walls, as you can see, I'm scrolling down. All the columns and walls are fully designed with the utilization ratio less than 1. This is also accepted. So guys, that is how you can do your analysis. And if you want to see the post analysis result, you come back to the analysis tab, building analysis, and you look at the post analysis result, whereby you can display the result report, you can display the analytic model. Let us look at you can also display the column and the wall design, whereby you look at that. You can also do that again. You have seen that they have already been designed. You can generate a report for that. Let us generate a report for story 1, for instance. For these ones, these are the columns, report, the walls, and the nodes. So we can create a report. Let us create a report for the analysis and see whatever it is. Now, you can look at these ones. We have the units of the force in kilonewton, the length is in meters. Load cases and load combination, you can see them here. You can see the walls, everything here. You can look at everything the way you want them to be. So guys, you can exit this tab, you can close this tab. So now that is how you can do a quick structural analysis. When you need you can do a quick analysis if you want. Now, if you have not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing to my channel. If you have not followed, if you are not like this page, please do so, as this will motivate me to make more videos and post to you and learn with me as I am making more incredible and amazing things. Thank you and goodbye. See you in my next video.